loud in my face. People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes?
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 70 in. Watch us slap.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Saquon Barkley. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. I'm coming. Ready.
From the gun, Martinez. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Here we go. Quarterback, don't get nervous, man. You ain't beginning to turn. Don't get nervous. Shoot. Recon, 132 fighter. Jim, let's go.
On first down, Martinez. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Ready. 10 Lobo. 54. Bravo. H3, 218. Chopper. Quick.
To throw is Martinez. Off the play fake. Looking for Shepard deep. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Giants. 45 yards. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Well, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas True Blue on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now After the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Check. Lucky. Check 4.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A give to Barkley out of the gun. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here's Martinez from the gun on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here we go.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
One, Omaha.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Here we go.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
13. Hey, Haywood.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now it's Barkley. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, an even 90 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas True Blue on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
57, Dick. Hey, check, Mike. Hey, gun.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. General, West. 52.
Now Martinez to throw on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Ready, ready, ready. Check that one, Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Watch the run, watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's a baby soft. Ready, go.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They're going to try and throw. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down and 4, Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Smooth.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Orbit. Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Ready.
Martinez now to throw on third down. He's going to... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready to get this next drive started. The New York offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
54, right there, right there. Hey, team 6, team 6.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Check, block 54, block 54. Tighten up, tighten up.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
White.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Ready to get this next drive started. The New York offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Coleman. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards on the ground. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
21. Hey, Echo. 57 Mike. Mike 57. Hey, gun. Get in the way with it.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Again, he finds an opener. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's true as they get back in it a bit here. It's now 23-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Martinez on third down. And Tate's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Second and 12 at the 39-yard line.
52's the mic. Night, sweetheart. 80 weapons, and go.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Come on, set. 10 Tucson. 54. Mike, 54. You got nothing to run.
Operating from the gun, Martinez escaping the and he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking to throw. Martinez. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run with Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Niners' 47-yard line.
Ready, set, 54. Mike, 54. Get that quarterback.
Again, it's Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a 3rd down at 17 to go. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
This is Barkley, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
He can run for it, and he will. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th.
Entering, attention, pop up, the connection to your peer has been lost, exit game. Entering, online connection survey pop up, how would you rate the network connection quality during this game? Entering franchise hub screen, things to do. Training, scout college players. Training, advance week. Options set. Enter. Team settings.
I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we.
Think. Advance week. Improved team.
100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had.
Options slider. League news.
Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up.
Entering screen filter. You have 4 options. Top stories 80 is selected.
See me now, God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel.
Entering franchise hub screen. Members, you have 26 options.
can't take no loss.
Option, user management.
I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Better run up the cash. Sad about it.
STRO. Yeah. How many? You ready? STRO. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. Yeah. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the
Entering franchise hub screen, things to do. League new members, you have 25 options. Sir underscore things to do, you have 6 options. Players ready to negotiate is selected.
Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me, naturally I chose an athlete. Yo, like camera.
Team things to do, you have league new members, you have 25 op. High NEEDPERKZ underscore is selected.
We ain't gon'